Hello everyone, this is changing water pump for 2007 Acura MDX. You're gonna need to tail your wheel out, remove your wheel. You need this key from any auto store. It's called a harmonic balancer key that goes into there, and a 1/4" ratchet that goes into the key, and a pipe that goes into the ratchet because the handle is not long enough to wedge. And when you get those in, you need another 1/4" ratchet with a 19mm socket to go into the fastener, and a long pipe from your jack to pop that open, pop that loose. If it doesn't come loose, depending on the car, you're gonna need a torch, WD-40. WD-40, spray it onto the fastener, which is the fastener is over here. I removed it for tutorial. Spray into the fastener, leave it for a couple minutes. Heat up the bolt. Heat up the bolt for 2-3 minutes, and you should be able to pop that loose. After you pop that loose, the key will come off. The harmonic balancer will wiggle out. This washer should comes out after you remove the key, which is here. It should be here somewhere. You remove the key, and be careful when you reinstall. The dimple here is faced towards you. The divot on the dimple goes inside, because if you have it the opposite, it's going to cut into the belt. So make sure that's correct rotation. After you take that out, you're going to need to remove this. The crank sensor have 3 10mm bulb. To remove that, put it aside. That's the electrical part. Reason for doing that is when you remove the water pump, it won't damage the sensor, because coolant is going to flow right down and contaminate that. And come up over here. You're going to need to remove the serpentine belt, which is the drive belt. The drive belt goes onto the tensioner pulley like so. You're going to need a 14mm ratchet to goes into here, and give it slack. After you give it slack, you'll be able to remove the belt from up top from the power steering wheel. From the power steering wheel here, I removed it. You're going to be able to remove it. So if you don't want to use the motor belt anymore, you could just cut it off, and you don't have to do any of that stuff. Like what I did, I just cut it off, and I'm going to replace it anyhow. And then you would need to remove the power steering pump, which is located over here. Before you remove that, you need to remove this clip from the reservoir. Remove this clip, pull this out, pull this up, put it to the side. Then there's a 10mm bulb that holds the high pressure hose, and you take the hose, put that to the side. Then there's two 12mm fastener that you have to take off, and then this power steering wheel will come off like so, and you put that to the side. After you take that to the side, you're going to need to remove the tensioner pulley, which is here. You're going to need a 14mm socket. You get it from top or from the bottom. This will come off all the way, and there's another fastener right in the bottom. You can't get to it. I think it's a 12. You get it from the bottom, it's easier under the car. Get that off. This will come off like so. That come off. You're gonna see the engine mount. The engine mount is very hard to take off. There's 3 bolts. There's one to the towards the firewall. There's one towards the coolant, and there's one to the side of the car. So before you take that off, you're gonna need to remove this bracket that goes into the engine mount. That's holding the engine mount. Is a 17mm socket that comes out like so, and this will come out like so from the engine mount. After you remove that, you remove the 2 17mm bolts from the engine mount, here and here, and then one more down here. To access that, you have to remove this computer cover. This computer cover, snap this up, snap this out, slide this out, and this electrical connection to the computer will have to come off. You push it back in, push this down, and it snap off like so. Then you're gonna need a 17mm socket to go into here and snap that off. After you get the 3 bolt that's holding the engine mount off from the left side, you can be able to move the engine mount, which is here, to the side. For that reason is because this other section of the engine mount, you cannot get access to the bolt without removing that. The 3rd bolt, you have 1 here, 2 here, and 3 here. The 3rd one, it's wedged in between the engine mount. That's why you have to take out the engine mount. With our 14mm socket, and you take off those 3, engine mount should come off. Like so. Here we go. This is the one that's gonna give you a hard time. Put that to the side, and this cover will be here. The timing belt cover, 1, 2, 3, 4 bolt, 10mm. This will come off like so, and the back side of the cam cover, 4 10mm bolt, come off like so. And now you have access to the timing belt area. And when you have the timing belt area, you're gonna put the harmonic balancer, fasten it back in, and turn the motor. Make sure the key, go back down there. You're gonna put it into timing. Put it into timing by matching up the keyhole, which is covered here. You can't see, the keyhole is here. Match up the key to this point here. There's a point there. There's an arrow that's pointing down. There's a small little marking there. And when you do that, by using a 19mm socket here to turn it, when you turn it, when you line up the keyhole to the engine mark, The cam engine mark should match also. There's a line here, and there's a mark here, and then there's engraved mark there, right back there. That should line up, and the front cam should line up also. And this particular car, it should have a number that said 1 5 2 4 and 6 3 4 and 6 6 1. So 1 should be facing cylinder 1, top dead center. Should be aligned with this marking back here. There's a mark on these teeth here, not the one itself, but on the tooth. On the tooth, along the parallel to the number one marking there. There's a marking on the tooth there, should match with that. All three marking aligned. I mean, your motor is in time. When it's in time, the next thing is to remove the timing belt. Come down here. Removing the timing belt require you to remove the tensioner, the belt tensioner, the timing belt tensioner, which is two 10mm bolts, one here. This tensioning hydraulic tensioner will come off, and it should give slacks to the timing belt. And then you could remove the timing belt, and then all your markings align. And the next thing is straightforward. Is your water pump, which there's fastener there that you could pop off and put in a new water pump, and then put in the new pulley, the pulley for the tensioning pulley. You could take this bulb out, and put it in the new one with the kit, the timing belt kit. And then when you put in the belt, make sure you start from the bottom, go up this way to the left, all the way up, comes around, and this should have a little slack on it on this side, on the belt to the firewall, a slight slack. When you install the new hydraulic tensioner pulley, tensioner, this pin should pop and wedge against the hydraulic pulley and tighten up the timing belt. And I hope this covered everything. It might be something that I missed, like a couple wire here, a couple wire there. You'll figure it out. And good luck on DIY changing water pump for 2007 Acura MDX. Have a great day. Thank you. Shut up.